Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
I'm Georgie Russell. I sing songs and tell tall tales, mostly about my friend Davy Crockett.
Born on a mountaintop in Tennessee, green estate in the land of the free. Raised in the woods so's he knowed every tree. Killed him a bear when he was only 3. Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
The first time folks heard much about Davy was when the Creek Indians went to war along the whole frontier. The government sent out some soldiers under the best officer the Army had, a general named Andy Jackson.
Major! Major!
Yes, sir, General Jackson. Yes, sir.
Where is that scout I told you to find for me?
He's right here, sir. His name is Davy Crockett.
Listen carefully, Crockett. Chief Red Stick and his warriors are in the forest across the river. I want you to find exactly where they are and what they intend to do. The major and a company of soldiers will go with you.
Well, soldiers ain't woodsmen, General. My friend Russell and I could do better alone.
You have your orders, Crockett.
All right. You're soldiers, General.
And so we crossed the river. Davy tried to keep us under cover as much as possible. It was hard going. The major didn't like it.
I'm tired of fighting this brush, Crockett. There's a good trail over there. My men and I are going to take it.
It's apt to lead you right into Chief Red Stick's hands.
Our orders are to find him, aren't they? We'll meet you here in the morning.
Sure wish you fellers luck.
That was the darkest night I about ever saw, and the tallest, steepest mountains, and always knowing that the Redskins was somewhere about, maybe close. Davy.
Yeah?
Hear that?
War drums. We better leave the horses here. Ought to be able to see where the Redskins are from the top of that hill.
Look at them, would you? Must be hundreds of them.
It's Chief Red Stick's band, all right. That's him firing them up.
I hope the major and his men don't run into them. Looks like they're ready to take the warpath.
We got to get back to General Jackson in a hurry. Come on.
It was nearly dawn when we reached the place where we were supposed to meet the major and his men. There was no sign of them. With the lives of every pioneer along the frontier depending on stopping Chief Red Stick, Davy figured we couldn't afford to wait for the missing soldiers. But suddenly...
Those are Army muskets.
Sounds like the major and his men are in trouble.
Probably running some more Indians on their way to join Red Stick. I reckon we'll have to scare him off for him.
Just you and me? How?
Well, come on. I'll show you.
The major was in trouble, all right. Real trouble.
We're surrounded, men. Sell your lives dearly.
Company A! Charge them from the rear!
Major, listen.
Company B! Fire it well!
Take heart, men! It's the general and the whole regiment!
Cool your barrels, men. We've won the day.
Here comes the regiment.
Company A reporting, Major.
Company B reporting, sir.
But where are the others?
Well, there aren't any others.
Just the two of you?
2 was enough, wasn't it, Major?
This was just a small party that attacked you. Red Stick's main band is holding a war dance back in the mountains. You follow us as fast as you can, Major. Russell and I have to get the word back to the general.
Davy and I felt tolerable good as we headed back to General Jackson's camp. The Indian War was a long ways from being over, but we hadn't lost the first skirmish anyways.
All through the woods he's a-marching along, making up yarns and a-singing a song, itching for fighting and righting a wrong. He's ringy as a bar and twice as strong. Davy, Davy Crockett, the man who don't know fear.
General Jackson ordered the whole regiment out. By the time the major and his men got back, we were all ready to go. we got to Red Stick's camp at dawn. The general divided his forces, and we volunteers stayed with Davy, moving in close on the unsuspecting redskins. They haven't seen us yet. Should we charge them, Davy?
We aren't here to kill Indians. We want to make peace with them. The general's surrounding the camp, then we'll go in and capture their chiefs. That way they'll have to listen to reason.
Red Stick won't listen to anything. He'll fight.
Leave Red Stick to me. There's a general signal. Let's go.
Davy! Davy, look out! Davy, you all right?
That was close. Thanks for saving my scalp. Hey, there goes Red Stick.
And a bunch of young warriors with him.
The soldiers will stop him.
Red Stick's going to catch him while they're reloading and can't shoot.
Come on, we'll try to cut him off.
I followed Davy. Halfway across the camp, 2 Creek warriors suddenly jumped me. Both of them were measuring my scalp for a mighty short haircut. Davy took one of them off my hands. Then he ran on, leaving me to take care of the other one. While I was persuading this other warrior to surrender, Davy caught up with Red Stick.
Hold it, Red Stick. I want to talk to you.
Red Stick no talk. Red Stick fight.
Consarn your cussed hide. You're going to hurt somebody with that tomahawk. Listen here now. This isn't any way to make peace. Your other chiefs are surrendering. Why don't you do...
We're not chiefs!
Red Stick and his warriors cut through the major's soldiers and escaped our trap. Davy was down, but by the time I got to him, he was just coming to his feet. You all right, Davy?
I think so. But I'll bet Red Stick's tomahawk got an awful nick in it after the way he bounced it off my hair.
Uh-oh. Here comes the major with the general right behind him.
You knew my men were reloading and couldn't defend themselves, Crockett? Why didn't you stop Red Stick's charge?
It's your fault Red Stick got through your lines, Major. We can't make a treaty without him. Take your men and bring him back.
But it may take weeks to even catch up with him.
I don't care if it takes months. Crockett will guide you.
Now, wait a minute, General. The Major and I don't quite agree on how to hunt Indians.
I don't want any arguments, Crockett.
Yes, sir. Come on, Georgie. Might as well get started.
Headed back to war from the old home place, but Red Stick was leading a merry chase, fighting and burning at a devil's pace, south through the swamps on the Florida Trace. Davy Crockett, tracking the Redskins down.
From the Smoky Mountains, we crossed into Mississippi territory and south into the swamps, closing up on Red Stick, but never quite catching up with him.
Crockett, we've got to give up. Every man in our camp but you and Russell has the fever. We'll never find those Indians in this swamp.
Well, one thing's sure, Major. Nobody's going to find Red Stick if we all just sit here.
Georgie and I'd like to try it on our own.
Oh, suit yourselves. I'm starting back with my men while they're still in shape to march.
Davy and I found moccasin tracks not far from the Major's camp. They were maybe 2 days old, but we followed them and came to a lake.
Look, Georgie. The tracks split up here.
Yeah. Reckon we'll have to do the same.
We'll meet at the other end of the lake. If you see anything interesting, whistle and watch yourself.
I didn't like the swamp. It made me nervous. That kind of nervousness is dangerous. Makes you careless. I was almost on the fresh moccasin tracks before I saw them. I just had time to whistle a warning to Davy, and the war club hit me from behind. When I came to, I was tied to a stake with Red Stick's warriors piling wood for a bonfire at my feet. I was praying Davy had heard my whistle and would get away when he suddenly stepped out of the brush to face Red Stick. The Indians were so surprised they'd listened to his first words without moving.
Creek warriors, hear me.
Speak, white man. Red Stick, listen.
I've come a long ways to tell you you all are fools. Your wise chiefs have given up and made peace. They know war's no good.
White man talk. War no good because soldiers all die. Because Red Stick take many scalps. Because soon I burn your friend.
You could all go home in peace if you'd listen to reason, Red Stick. But since you won't, you're a bad chief. And I reckon I got to challenge you according to Indian law.
You may challenge. Red Stick chooses weapons. Tomahawks.
A warrior gave Davy 2 tomahawks. He looked awful clumsy with them in his hand. When Red Stick charged him, I closed my eyes. When I opened them again, Davy had disarmed Red Stick and had backed him against a tree.
Now maybe you'll listen to reason, Red Stick. Turn my friend loose and go home. Sign the treaty. Do that, and I promise the government will let you keep your lands.
Government lies.
And Davy Crockett don't lie. Here's my hand on it.
I believe. We go home. We make peace.
He give his word and he give his hand that his Injun friends could keep their land, and the rest of his life he took the stand that justice was due every redskin band. Davy, Davy Crockett, holding his promise dear. Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
Hey, Georgie.
Yeah?
I've been thinking. This old farm ain't exactly the best piece of ground in Tennessee.
Now listen here, Davy. We ain't been back from the Indian Wars long enough to get ourselves housebroke. We ain't starting out on another jaunt.
Well, I hear tell there's land out west on the old Bayou River that beats this neck of the wood all holler.
New land, always new land. Ain't you never going to lie down and stay in one place?
Maybe. When I find one that suits me. Long about tomorrow morning suit you for a start?
I reckon.
Looking for a place where the air smells clean, where the trees is tall and the grass is green, where the fish is fat in an untouched stream, and the teeming woods is a hunter's dream. Davy, Davy Crockett, looking for paradise.
Oh. This suit you, Georgie?
Mighty pretty country, all right.
Reckon we can put our cabin over there on that knoll.
Well, wait a minute, Davy. First, we got to go down to the settlement and file a claim on this land.
You mean a man can't just up and take the piece of ground he wants?
Not anymore, Davy.
Well, this country's sure getting mighty civilized. Come on. Let's go find this here settlement. Hey, mister. Who do we see hereabouts to file on some land?
Why, me, but you'll have to wait till after I've judged the shooting match.
Shooting match? Any objection to a couple of strangers buying in?
Save your money. You'd be shooting against Bigfoot Mason.
Well, now, I don't know him, but I reckon we could risk $1. Come on, Georgie.
When we got to the shooting grounds, we found they hadn't waited for our friend from the settlement. This Bigfoot claimed to have won the cow they were shooting for. You could see everybody thought the judging was unfair, but nobody said nothing. They was all afraid of Bigfoot. Everybody but Davy.
Say, Mr. Bigfoot, would you put that cow of yours up against $15 cash money?
I might. Why?
Well, I never went to a shooting match in my life without getting at least one shot off.
One shot it is.
This time I'm doing the judging, Bigfoot.
Suit yourself. Give me room. I'm taking first turn.
Dead center for Bigfoot.
Better save your powder, stranger.
Well, now, let's see.
This one's dead center, too. You'll have to fire another round.
You was just lucky, stranger. Let's see you beat this.
Left less than a finger off in the notch.
That'll take the turpentine out of your bark.
Tolerable good shooting, all right, Mr. Bigfoot.
Show him an old Smoky Mountain shot, Davy.
Looks like a miss.
I was afeard you fired too quick.
Well, now, don't be getting hasty, Georgie.
No, wait a minute. Look here. One bullet right in on the top of the other. Right through the same hole. Stranger, you win.
Well, Davy won himself a cow and made himself an enemy. A dangerous one. Seems this Bigfoot and his friends was having things their way, running Indians and peaceful folks off their lands and selling them to newcomers. Folks in the settlement wanted Davy to take on the job of magistrate and put a stop to this. But Davy wasn't the man to seek office. Then one day we was clearing our land and... Shh, Davy.
What is it, Georgie?
Don't let on, but there's a redskin hiding in that brush over there. I just seen him.
Take it easy. These is Cherokees hereabouts. They're friendly.
Well, if he's friendly, what's he hiding for?
Fetch your gun and let's go see. All right. Come out of there.
Why, it's Charlie Two Shirts, our neighbor. And he looks like he's been clawed up by a buyer.
Well, what happened to you?
Big white man come to my farm. Tell Charlie Two Shirts, get off. I say this my land. He say Indians got no land. I show government paper land belong Cherokee. He tear paper up. Then Charlie Two Shirts fight.
Bigfoot Mason again.
Yeah. Georgie, I reckon I'm going to take on that job of magistrate after all. Come on, Charlie, let's go back to your farm.
There's Charlie's house.
And there's Mr. Bigfoot.
Him plenty bad man. Plenty strong like bear. Be careful.
Don't worry, Charlie. Davy was raised on bear fights.
You want something?
Yeah. The man that run my friend here off his land.
Since when is Davy Crockett a friend of Indians?
Well, Lawless been a friend of the Cherokees. Got no bones to pick with the others since we signed the peace with them. Indians have got rights, same as anybody else.
Take a powerful lot of arguing to convince me of that.
That's what I come for.
Why, I've ed better men than you whole, if their heads was buttered and their ears was pinned back.
Get him, Davy! You get him, Davy!
Give him what's fair, Davy!
Bigfoot was messed up twice as bad as Charlie Two Shirts before Davy was finished with him. And Davy marched him down into the settlement for trial, and folks was so pleased with the job he'd done as magistrate that they put him up for state legislature.
Well, folks, I ain't much shucks at speech making and politics, but I do know the woods and the folks in them. And if you send me to the legislature in Nashville, I'll represent you as honest as I can.
Pray for Davy!
They sent up to Nashville the best they could find, a fighting spirit and a thinking mind. Davy, Davy Crockett, choice of the whole frontier.
I didn't see much of Davy for a spell after he went to Nashville, but he had plenty of other friends. One of them was Tobias Norton, the oily major we served under in the Indian Wars. He was in politics now, and he knew how to make a man like Davy feel important.
We've been watching your career in the legislature with a great deal of interest, Davy. Why, next to General Jackson, you're about the most famous man in Tennessee right now.
Shucks now, Major. Soft soap's only good for washing dirty hands.
I mean it. As you know, General Jackson is going to run for president. He will need men in Washington that he can trust. Naturally, we thought of you. Davy, we want you to run for Congress.
Congress? You sure an old head wound ain't troubling you just a mite, Major?
Will you run, Davy?
Well, if I did and I got in, I wouldn't be taking orders from you or from General Jackson. I'd be taking them from them that elected me.
Of course, Davy, of course. Anything you say.
The votes were counted and he won hands down, so they sent him off to Washington town with his best dressed suit, still his buckskin's brown, a living legend of growing renown. Davy Crockett, the canebrake congressman.
Davy done like he said he would in Congress and voted for what he figured was right. He must have messed up Major Norton's plan something fierce, because when I got to Washington on a visit, the Major had it fixed up for Davy to go out on a speaking tour. The Major had cooked up a bill to take their lands away from the Indians. And the minute Davy got out of town, the Major and his friends put it on the floor of Congress to get it passed into law. Well, there was only one thing to do, and that was to get Davy back in a hurry. So I lit out for Philadelphia, where I heard he was.
I'm mighty grateful to you citizens of Philadelphia for the gift of this here rifle gun. She's such a pretty little lady. I think I'll give her a name. Betsy suits you folks? With a gun like this, a man could put a rifle ball through the moon. And the first chance I get, I'm going to try it. I thank you all again for the hospitality of your city.
Davy!
Georgie, what are you doing here?
I come to fetch you some news. Recollect Major Norton's Indian bill?
That scheme of his to swindle the Indians out of their land?
That's the critter. He's got it on the floor of Congress right now.
No wonder he was all fired anxious to get me out of Washington.
A couple of your friends are stalling it off the best they can, but there's no telling how long they'll be able to hold out.
Well, what's the quickest way back?
In a saddle, the way I come.
Well, I know where I can borrow fresh horses. Come on. Whoa, girl. Got 2 fresh horses, mister?
Yeah. Say, ain't you Davy Crockett?
He sure is.
Bring out the 2 best horses in the stables for Congressman Crockett.
Only 2 hours more, Davy.
Sure hope we're in time.
When we rode up to the steps of the Capitol building, they told us the battle over the Indian bill had been going on all night. Somebody must have warned Major Norton. He was waiting for us in the hall.
What are you doing here, Crockett?
Isn't the Capitol building where a congressman belongs, Major?
Crockett, listen to me. We'll be choosing a new president at the next election. A great many people think you're the logical man. But if you go in there now and attack my bill, I promise you'll be through in politics.
Well, here's what I think of you and your kind of politics.
Crockett! It's Davy Crockett! I yield the floor to the gentleman from Tennessee.
Mr. Speaker, fellow congressmen of these United States, you have before you what's called an Indian bill, offered to you in the name of expansion. Expansion's a mighty fine thing. Sure, we gotta grow, but not at the expense of the things this country was founded to protect. Now, I could talk about the injustice of taking away Indian lands, but I'd rather talk about us, you and me. We got a responsibility to this strapping, fun-loving, britches-busting young bar cub of a country. We got a responsibility to help it grow into the kind of nation the good Lord meant it to be. And if we right here in Congress wired up and showed we were the kind of men our friends and neighbors figured we was when they gave us their votes and sent us here, why, a bill like this would never live long enough to even get on our desk, let alone come to a vote.
We'll vote it down, Davy.
When he spoke that he sounded the knell of his hopes for the White House and fame as well. But he spoke out strong, so the history books tell, and patched up the crack in the Liberty Bell. Davy Crockett, seeing his duty clear. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
From Washington, Davy and me went back home to Tennessee. But Davy didn't want to stop there. He figured the frontier had got out ahead of him whilst he was in Congress, and he aimed to catch up with it again.
When he come home, his politicking done. The Western March had just begun, so he packed his gear and his trusty gun and lit out a grinning to follow the sun. Davy Crockett, heading out west again.
When we got to the muddy old Mississippi, we catched us a steamboat down the river. There was a lot of talk on board about a place called Texas. Seemed as though some settlers was there standing up to a general named Santa Anna, who had brought a whole army in to drive him out and take over the country. Well, you know Davy. Him and me and a gambling man named Thimblerig that had joined us bought some horses and headed out for where the trouble was.
He heard of Houston and Austin, and so to the Texas plains he had to go, where land was free and there was room to grow, and freedom was fighting another foe. Davy Crockett and Crockett's Company.
This here Texas seemed near as far away as the moon. We rode for weeks without getting much of any place or even knowing for sure where we was. Then one day, Thimblerig's sharp gambler's eyes spotted a man on a burro coming our way.
Oh. Howdy, mister.
Buenos dias, senors.
There's supposed to be a settlement of Texans down this way. Know where at it is?
You mean San Antonio de Bexar?
That's her, San Antone.
You must not go there, senors. General Santa Anna has already captured the town.
Well, what about the Texans? Has he captured them too?
Not yet, senor. A few of them are surrounded in the Alamo, an old mission across the river.
Well, Colonel Crockett, it would appear we're too late. Perhaps we'd better turn back, as this sensible fellow suggests.
Well, it appears we're just in time, Thimblerig. Those Texans need our help. Come on.
But, senors, General Santa Anna has many patrols all over. You will not get through.
Well, we'll sure try.
Colonel, look! Horsemen behind us.
It's one of Santa Anna's patrols, Davy, and they sure ain't friendly.
Santone can't be far. Let's get.
They're gaining on us, Davy.
They sure can't shoot for sour apples, can they?
Colonel, there's the town.
And look at that camp spread around it. Santa Anna must have the biggest army in the world.
That old ruin yonder must be the Alamo. Head for it.
They're opening the gates for us.
Them boys on the walls are taking care of that patrol behind us, too. We're gonna make it. Whoa.
Whoa, girl.
Close the gates, men. Oh, that was a tight squeeze. You fellas all right?
Yeah, thanks to you and your boys.
I'm Colonel Bill Travis.
Well, Davy Crockett of Tennessee, Colonel.
Davy Crockett. Come with me. Jim Bowie's our commander, but he's down with the fever.
Jim Bowie? The fellow that invented the knife?
That's him. And will he be glad to see you?
That's the picture, Davy. We're hopelessly surrounded. Less than 200 of us here in the Alamo against an army of nearly 5,000 men outside.
It's tolerable heavy odds, all right, Colonel Bowie.
If we can't hold Santa Anna's army here until Mr. Austin and General Sam Houston can get our army reorganized, Texas is lost.
Well, then I guess we'll just have to hold Alamo.
Easier said than done, Davy. Santa Anna has sent us a surrender demand. If we refuse, he'll put us all to the sword.
Oh, ain't there any place you can get help?
A town named Goliad, about 100 miles away. But I don't know whether they can spare us any men. I doubt if a messenger could get through Santa Anna's lines to find out.
Well, I'd admire to try.
Oh, nothing doing. Having Davy Crockett here with him in the Alamo is more important to the men than any help they might be able to send us from Goliad.
Well, how about letting me go, then? I know most of Davy's tricks by now, and I'll get through for you, Colonel.
It's mighty risky, Georgie.
Me and you has been getting in and out of bear traps all our lives. This ain't no shucks.
All right, you're willing to try. Colonel Travis, have my personal horse saddled for Russell. It's the best mount we have.
Yes, sir, at once. All ready, Russell?
Any time, Colonel Travis.
Open the gates. Quietly, men.
Good luck, Georgie.
Now, don't shoot up Santa Anna's whole army while I'm gone, Davy. I want a few targets left when I get back.
All right, close the gates. So far, so good, Davy.
Yeah. Didn't you say Santa Anna was waiting for an answer to that surrender message?
Why, yeah.
Is that cannon there loaded?
To the teeth, Davy.
Oh. Let's give the general his answer, so he'll have something to think about besides Russell in case he's sighted.
I'll touch off that answer myself. Moriarty, give me that torch. Stand clear, men. Fire in the hole. Colonel Bowie wants to know how it's going, Davy.
We're holding our own. They've shelled us right around the clock for 4 days and ain't hit a man of us yet.
I know, it's incredible. I wonder how much longer our luck will hold out.
Luck? Well, this ain't luck, Travis. It's a hand of Providence.
You really believe that, don't you, Davy?
I sure do.
I swear, Colonel Crockett, the sudden quiet is worse than the bombardment. Why do you suppose they stopped shelling us?
Well, I ain't General Santa Anna, Thimblerig. But it could be that since his cannon couldn't knock our walls down, that he's getting his men massed to rush 'em and clam 'em.
We can't hold this miserable excuse for a fort under a hand-to-hand attack like that.
Well, a man don't know what he can do till he tries it, Thimblerig.
Duck, Thimblerig! Davy, they've moved a field piece up at an angle our cannon can't cover. Yonder, over there.
It's real obliging of them to move that close, Colonel Travis. Reckon they ain't learned just how far a Tennessee rifle gun can reach. Let's teach them a lesson. Tarnation. Missed. I'm not too much winded, I reckon. Thimblerig, hand me old Betsy there.
Here, Colonel. She'll do the job.
You got the gunner. I never saw such a shot. Here, try my rifle.
I'd admire to.
The officer that time.
And look at the rest of them run. They're abandoning their cannon. As friend Russell would say, that's the kind of shooting makes the old possum squeal.
Speaking of Russell, Davy, it's time he was back from Goliad.
Well, not till night. He's too smart to try sneaking through Santa Anna's lines in broad daylight.
If he don't make it tonight, and if he don't bring help, it'll be too late.
Well, I don't know about the help, Colonel, but he'll make it back. Russell never left a job unfinished in his life.
Just look at the fires in that camp out there, Colonel Crockett. More of them every night. We can't hold an army like that off forever.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me none if we've already held this one off long enough for the rest of Texas to get its feet under it like we wanted, Thimblerig.
Well, if we've done what we set out to do, why don't we surrender and put an end to this misery?
Well, I ain't much authority on surrendering. And maybe you're forgetting Santa Anna's promise to put us all to the sword when he takes the Alamo?
Yeah, that does put a different complexion on it.
Man coming!
Open the gate! Cover him, men!
Come on, Thimblerig, quick! It's Russell! Georgie, you old he-bear, you made it.
Almost as good as if you was with me, Davy.
What about help from Goliad?
Bad news, Colonel Travis. They can't spare us no help.
I'd better tell Colonel Bowie, Davy.
Break it to him gentle. His fever's worse tonight, and he ain't feeling it all good.
Santa Anna's men was bunching the rushes, Davy. They was everywhere out there. I had an awful time dodging them.
Yeah, come on up on the south wall. That's our station. I'll round you up some victuals.
Men, I've called you together to face the facts as Colonel Bowie and Colonel Crockett and I see them. Russell brings us word there'll be no help from Goliad. Santa Anna is massing his troops for an assault. Russell made his way in through the enemy lines. Some of you may be able to make your way out. You are free to try. I want no man here against his will. I'm drawing a line here on the ground with my sword. Those who will stay, cross over to me.
Well, naturally, every man in the Alamo stepped across that line. So the colonel sent us back to our stations to get what sleep we could. That you, Davy?
Yeah. Thought you were asleep.
You mean, are you?
No.
Since when did I ever do anything you didn't? Outposts all right?
Nothing stirring. But it's getting on toward dawn. When they come this time, they'll have everything, including scaling ladders. As long as we can keep the ladders off the wall, we'll be all right. I was just passing the word.
Waiting's the worst part of anything, ain't it?
If you just sit and wait. Give us a little tune, Georgie.
How about you? That song you made up when we left Tennessee.
You remember that?
How could I forget it? It's the only one you ever writ.
Well, we'll try her.
Farewell to the mountain whose mazes to me more beautiful far than Eden could be. The home I redeemed from the savage and wild. The home I have loved as a father his child. The wife of my bosom, farewell to ye all. In the land of the stranger I rise or I fall.
They're on us! To your post, men!
Watch those ladders! Push them off, boys! Georgie, you're hit!
Give him one for her, Davy.
This is it, Crockett! They've breached the north wall! We got it!
Come on, cut this arm. It's one at a time. So me and old Betsy can handle you.
Storybooks tell they were all cut low, but the truth of it is, this just ain't so. Their spirits will live and their legends grow, as long as we remember the Alamo. Davy, Davy Crockett and Crockett's Company. Davy, Davy Crockett, fighting for liberty.